Hey everybody, today we are working on a tutorial on how to enter travel guide listings through our extranet system. Now this is where the login to the extranet is. If you don't remember your password or if you're not sure if you have a login, then feel free to reach out to our office. You can call me at 785-296-7091 or you can email me at andrea.etzel@ks.gov. So once you have your password and login, just go ahead and log into the extranet system and it'll bring up the home page. Now, if you've not explored extranet, I encourage you to do so. Up here we have a banner that often talks about either what new things we're doing, trends, tips, marketing deadlines. You can also sign up for our industry newsletter through here. But for today with listings, we're going to come over here to the left-hand side and we're going to go to the menu option collateral. And then at the very top is listings. Now here on the listings page, it'll bring up what current listings you've had on the website, what past listings you've had in the travel guide. You'll be able to see the different accounts that you have listings for, their type, the category, their subcategory, and then the listing ID. To create a new listing, we're just going to come here to the blue button and we're going to work through this form. Now it starts off with accounts. If you are a single business, you will probably just have your account under here. But if you're a DMO or a CVB or a chamber or you just oversee a region and have a number of businesses, there could be quite a few here. Now, they're going to be listed in alphabetical order, and if you don't see a business here that you feel should be under your accounts, then one, we need to make sure that it's in our system. If it's not, then we'll need you to fill out the information and form so that we can create an account for them. And then once we give you access to that, they will show up here. So for today, we're going to do a listing for the Goodland Travel Information Center. Then we're going to come over here to type. There's two options, website or travel guide. Now, if you see above, it has these, the red required. These do show up throughout the form. Those are the things that we must have for you to actually be able to submit it. If it does not have it, it may still be encouraged, but we don't necessarily require it. So for contacts, we don't need it for the listing for the travel guide. It's not going to show up. In the address, it's going to actually default to physical. So, but then we're going to come on down to description. Now you can type it in here, but I actually encourage, if you have Microsoft Word or something that takes notes, you might write it in there. That way you can look for spell check, you can check grammar, but also because of the space is limited, each description can only be 160 characters. So when you write a description up, you can then do a word count, which also counts characters with spaces, and see that this specific description is 148. So you can see if yours goes over 160 that you might need to cut it back. And then once you have it done, you can just copy and paste it into the description. If it goes over, it would actually, there is a word count on this and it'll tell you that it has gone over. So then we're going to scroll down into categories and subcategories. For the travel guide, most of the time, category is going to be the same as the subcategory. So if you choose visitor resource over here, the option for subcategory is also going to be visitor's resource. Where that is different is in lodging. If you choose lodging, then you will have different options under the subcategory. And that's because lodging is broken out in our travel guide and it is in its own has its own categories as well. For the travel guide, you can only choose one category and one category per listing. So for this, it would be visitor's resource and visitor's resource. But say you are a bed and breakfast, and so you want a listing in lodgings for your bed and breakfast, but you also are agritourism and you have a pumpkin patch and you would like to do a separate listing for your pumpkin patch. Now, you certainly can. It's just going to require you to do two listings. You're going to ignore the additional subcategories on this. This is specifically for the website, but again, since each listing has to be different for the travel guide, you wouldn't do subcategories. And then we're going to come down into details. This automatically defaults and comes over from your account. Now, if anything in here is different or you want it to actually have a different website or you want to use a different name for it, you can. You just come up here to the dot and you'll click it and it makes it green, and then you can come in and you can edit this. The information that will show up in the travel guide is going to be the company name, the address, city, state, zip code. Also, it'll show the website and a phone number. Then we'll just keep coming down. You don't need to worry about website notifications. That is, again, specifically for the website. And then the last bit that I do need, it doesn't have the required, but it is required, is selecting if your business is handicap accessible, yes or no. This, if you would like to have your listing highlighted, so most of the time if you see, there are two options for travel guide listings. There's a general option and then there's a highlighted listing option. And so this is where you would select if you would like to have your listing highlighted. And then the last bit that we need you to enter is making sure to enter who we need to bill the invoice to, whether that is yourself or if you're a CVB but you're doing this on behalf of the business but we need to invoice the business, this is where you would put it in. If it's left blank, then we kind of have to go do some investigative work and try to figure out who that we're supposed to invoice. And then last bit is just putting in which region. And if you're not sure your region, you can leave it blank. We will go in and create that. But that is all the information we need. And to hit submit is actually hitting save on the side. Once you hit save, it'll then say that it has been saved and created. If you have any questions or if you're reviewing it and you're going, oh my goodness, this doesn't say exactly, I want to change it. We can, don't worry, that's fine. This is when it's a good idea to know your listing ID, because unfortunately, once it's been made, you can't make any changes to it. But you can contact me and say, hey, I actually want to delete that old listing and I'll create a new one. And then I will go in and I'll delete the old listing and you can create and then just go through the steps again. So if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. Like I said, my phone number is 785-296-7091, or you can email me at andrea.etzel@ks.gov. Thank you.